Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the cutoff race for the first round of the playoffs in the MDNOL Mountain Dew Cup Series. It is time for the cutoff race in round 1 of the playoffs. Entering this race, we got TJ Tillman -4, Michael Scout -4, Jonathan Canales -11, Jonathan Powers -14. Above the cut line, Matthew Campbell Young +4, Dylan Thomas +13, Wilson Hunt +14, Isaac Shelton +15, Dylan Thacker +20, and everyone else that's still in the playoffs, all 20 or more points. And Trevor Graham going to lead the field to the green here at the Charlotte Roval. As we head to turn number 1, it's usually a pretty chaotic race here at the Charlotte Roval, so we'll see how this race plays out. Jackson Stubbs giving Trevor Graham a good battle here early on. Stubbs wants the lead. Trevor Graham trying to hold it on the outside. I'm surprised we haven't wrecked yet with how this weekend's events have went, and we are under the yellow. 2 of the DTM guys without wins up here this season, the 5 and the 88. The 88 is doing a really good job at leading right now as he gets the lead off of Jackson Stubbs. It doesn't matter if Trevor Graham wins. It will not affect the playoff standings, except nobody will get an automatic advancement to the next round, obviously. But Trevor Graham just wants to get that first win of the season. Hasn't won yet, so would like to get his first career win on top of that. So as the gap back to second is now quite large, but Aston Martin does clear Jackson Stubbs and get up to that second position, so when they come to the restart, that'll be relevant. Oh no, that's huge. -11 coming into the race. Jonathan Canales has been involved in an incident early on here at the Roval. Let's see what happened. They were 3 wide through the infield portion, and he just goes wide and gets into the wall. Jackson Kohler's involved. Oh, I believe Ethan Womack was in that as well. But Matthew Campbell Young as well, and right there. I don't think the damage for Womack is all that bad. Same can be said for Ethan Campbell, or Matthew Campbell Young, excuse me. As they all seem to get through. Isaac Shelton there as well. A lot of chaos here in the back of this pack, but they all seem alright. They'll have time to recover at least. A lot of guys with damage there from that, though. We knew it was going to be a struggle for some of these guys entering below the cut line and may not have the best road course prowess, but I mean, like Jonathan Powers, he's been on his back foot since the start of the playoffs pretty much, and it's not looking too hot for him. And then you got the other people above the cut line that were a little worried coming into this race, like Matthew Campbell Young. I'll say, Michael Scout, he said he felt good about this race, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. But Matthew Campbell Young, he was in the back. Said he was uncomfortable starting back there, and well, it's proved why right there. I don't ever want to be in the back there and get involved in incidents like that, but I think he's okay. Oh, we got some stacking up going on. We've seen this in the Xfinity race. Some people with damage now. Logan Cribbs, one of them. That's a playoff guy. Gavin York, one of them as well, but I don't think... Oh, it looks like Alvin Tompkins back there got some as well. What do you know? As we got floating people in the grandstands here. Oh, that's funny. Oh, we'll advance to the restart. Here we go. Trevor Graham going to lead the field back to the green. The only person at this race is Jackson Kohler. So Canales still has a chance, I suppose. Green flag is back out in the air. Trevor Graham doing a good job making it through these first few corners once again. Yeah, we're clean so far. No yellow yet, which is good. Love to see that. Some clean road course racing here. Aston Martin, the teammate's going to try and run him down, though. Wants his first win of the season. Wilson Hunt trying to pass his teammate in the 66 right there. Oh, I'm yawning. I think we had a clean lap for once at the Roval. That's amazing. Trevor Graham got a pretty big lead on second place here now. As the gap between 1 and 2, excuse me, I'm burping like a motherfucker, continues to increase. Or seemingly increase. I'm yawning too, damn. We'll just have to see if Mr. Graham here can keep his end of this bargain for the team. He did say he was going to win a few races coming into the season, just not had the luck so far. But that happens, that happens. We won't fault the man too much. But we will give him a little bit of hell for it. Can't talk all that smack and then not do as great as what he said he was going to do. I may or may not be making that up. But no, in all seriousness, Trevor Graham was expecting to have a pretty solid season, and it just did not happen. And that's why after next season he announced he's going to be moving on from this team and heading to Blackstorm Motorsports. So we'll see if that move pays off. He's always worked well with Wilson Hunt and that group of guys. So, excuse me, I'm yawning again. So hopefully we see that partnership bear fruit. As Aston Martin had really closed in on Trevor Graham there, but then had a bad exit to that last corner and wasn't able to stay on him like he tried to before. But Trevor Graham continuing to stay out front here. Not a lot to talk about in these races when there's not yellows going on, I'll be honest. Go back to the field and look for battles here, but they're probably going to be pretty spread out. It's a road course race, so we'll go to the back of the pack and see what we can see our playoff guys at. Oh man, that's one guy not having a great day at all. Ethan Womack. Jesus, I can't quit yawning, yo. Ethan Womack entered plus 38, third in points, so he should be fine. I don't see him getting eliminated here today just because he's having a poor run right now, but anything could happen. Our next playoff guy is the 14, and Matthew Campbell Young not having a great day at all either. He needed to have a solid run. Only entered plus 4. He was the last guy on the cut line, so not great for him. Carlos Huertas entered plus 30, so he should be okay. As long as he can maybe gain a few more positions, I see him being okay. Another guy we mentioned the last few races have been doing really good, but not doing the greatest here today was Isaac Shelton. Entered plus 15. Not currently running the greatest. And the 31 is out of the race, so he will be eliminated from the playoffs, unfortunately. But fortunately for Isaac Shelton, he's right here close to one of his other playoff rivals, and one of the guys below the cut line, TJ Tillman. So if Tillman's going to need to run a little bit better than that if he wants to advance, I imagine. Then we got Jonathan Powers, who's been doing everything he can to gain as many points as he can, but it's been a struggle for him in these playoffs. Michael Scout, a guy who we mentioned, said he felt pretty good about today. Running mid, running about 20th, so we'll see if that's enough to get him advanced. He's -4 coming into this race, so we'll see if it'll be enough to get him through. TJ Louder, pretty comfortable coming in this race, +34, and he's running all right, so he should be fine. Alvin Tompkins, another guy pretty comfortable coming in this race, +21. Not as good as some of these other guys, but where he's running, I think he'll be fine. Logan Cribb, another guy coming in this race pretty comfortably, and in fact very comfortably. He won the first race of the playoffs and advanced, so he's into the next round no matter what. He could finish dead last year, flip out of the race, it don't matter. And the same can be said for the guy in front of him, Gavin York. He also won the last race at Wilkesboro, so he's advanced as well. Then we go up to Dylan Thacker. He came into this race +20, and he's running, I believe, just outside the top 10, so he is fine. Same can be said for Dylan Thomas. He's running good enough right now to where he's not in too much of a danger zone. Did come into this race +13, but as of right now, I believe he will be okay. On up the field here a little bit. Jack Seacrest is the next guy. Came into this race with the same position as Ethan Womack, +38. And is currently running inside the top 10 in 6th. He should be fine. Next guy up, Wilson Hunt. Came into this race +14. Not had a great playoff so far, but running 4th, so he should be fine. And Wilson Hunt's actually the first of the playoff guys, so the whole top 3 are non-playoff guys. So we'll keep an eye on the playoff guys for the majority of this race. But yeah, not a lot else to say here. As, well, I mean, the field's pretty spread out. So it's a lot less chaotic than the last 2 races that we've had here. Because some of those races have been pure and utter chaos. But there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, that's how we like some of them, right? You want some chaos sometimes, but sometimes you don't, so it's a matter of your opinion, I guess, or your preference, I should say. Whew. I can't quit yawning, man. I'm a little sleepy, even though I slept about 10 hours last night, it feels like. Not really. I got up about 10:30 this morning, went to bed at like 2:30, so. A day off work means a day worth recording. We don't see the gaps up front changing much. We see Aston Martin here trying to run down Trevor Graham. Ooh. We see the gap up front here keep shrinking, and then Trevor Graham will close it or open it back up a little bit, and then it'll shrink a little more, and then Trevor Graham will open it back up. So these top 2 are really matching each other pretty well. Trevor Graham just flat out dominating the race right now, doing everything he needs to do to stay out front. So, hey, I guess if you're Trevor Graham, good for you. If you're not Trevor Graham, well, shoot. You're not Trevor Graham out front, I guess. We're coming up on halfway here. A little bit away from it, but not too far. We'll see what the gap between 1 and 2 is this time. Does Graham stretch it out more here? No, he actually lost a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit, but lost some. Probably not enough to make it matter, but he did lose some. This has been one of those races that there's not much to talk about. You're just kind of sitting here watching things happen and watching things play out. I mean, that could be a great thing if you're a Trevor Graham fan or Trevor Graham himself, I guess. But if you're anyone else watching this, it could be. We all know that feeling, though. Trevor Graham, though, still doing a good job out front here. Check. I think the gap shrunk a little bit that time. I'm wrong. It actually widened. Widened quite a bit. Not really. About half a tenth, but nonetheless, it widened. Got a bit bigger. As we're finally halfway through the race here, or on the halfway lap, I should say. Trevor Graham continuing to lead. And let's just take a look here at Trevor Graham's lead over Aston Martin here at the Roval. As they head to the backstretch chicane halfway through the race here. Trevor Graham continuing to lead. Again, like I say, there's not much to say about this race. Just kind of watching Trevor Graham lead. I guess I'll go through the field and update the playoff guys one more time. Ethan Womack running in last of people on track, but I think he's catching Drew Teague, so he might pass another car. Carlos Ferreira still not running great, back here in 34th. Probably has some damage. Matthew Campbell Young not having good enough data to likely advance him, so he's going to need to pick it up here, but not really many opportunities to do that. Isaac Shelton has not picked up any more positions. Neither has TJ Tillman, still running about the same place. Jonathan Powers, I don't know if that's going to be a good enough run to advance him. Michael Scout still running just inside the top 20 here. TJ Louder running kind of mid still, but probably enough to advance both him and Alvin Tompkins can say the same thing. Logan Cribb, he's advanced. Gavin York's advanced. These guys are still running in the same positions. Passing has been very difficult here today. Jack Sechrist still running in the top 10, same position. Everyone, like, no positions changed at all. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back here in a few laps, and we'll see you guys soon. I may or may not have been talking and forgot I had mute my mic, but we're back here with about 5 laps to go. I mean, not a lot has happened. In fact, I would venture to say almost nothing has happened. As I'm going to quickly go through the field once again. Ethan Womack got by Drew Teague. He might be able to get by a few more people. Check up on that. Probably not. We'll just see. Carlos Widows not made any passes. Matthew Campbell Young not made any passes. Probably not going to advance due to that. Isaac Shelton still stuck in the same place. Same for TJ Tillman. Same for the 4. Michael Scout stuck in virtually the same place. Probably maybe a pass or two made. I don't know. The 38's up to 16. Nice. 15 for the 25. These guys still the same place. Oh. Dylan Thacker making a move on Jakin Sensing. Sensing might have something wrong, and there's contact there. I think something's wrong with that Jakin Sensing machine. He's losing some ground here. Yeah, something's definitely wrong. He's pitting. He's hitting the pits. Are we going to have pit stops? Or something just wrong with Jakin Sensing? I think something's just wrong with Jakin. So Sensing's going to lose all of his positions. Doesn't really matter. He's not in the playoffs. Doesn't really matter to him, I imagine. Jack Seacrest still running up here in 5th in the top 5 now. I believe Sensing was the one who lost out of the top 5 there. So we can see in the background, Ethan Womack trying to get around those cars near the back, trying to gain a few points back. No change up front at all. I mean, Trevor Graham absolutely dominated the hell out of this race. We had one early yellow. Haven't seen anything since. Ethan Womack still trying to make moves around these guys. And I guess Jakin Sensing. Well, I guess Ethan Womack's going to get around that. Oh, maybe not. There's going to be a battle here, perhaps. Sensing's going to join the tail end of this. I don't know what happened to Jakin Sensing there. He just randomly pitted, so Jakin Sensing going to join the back of this. Maybe he wants to have a little bit of fun. Who knows? Carlos still struggling back here. He has some damage, so can't really do much there if you're him. TJ Tillman was on the back bumper of the 43, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make it matter. I think my man's going to need to gain more than that if he wants a chance to advance. Same for the 4. But there's no one for him to pass. And this ain't going to be a Ross Chastain type of situation where that 4 car magically starts riding the wall in the last lap. That won't work tonight. Or today, I should say. Got some guys up here waiting, pacing out these last few laps so they can advance to the next round of these playoffs. It's been a rough race for a lot of these guys. It's been a hard race. Just ticking off laps, hard as hell to pass apparently. And yeah, for Trevor Graham, he's been loving it. You already know he's been loving it. My man has been perfect today. Not made a slip, not had an issue, not really even had a challenge for the lead here today. Started on pole, led every single lap, and now he has 2 laps to go here at the Roval. Finally going to have a Roval race finishing under green. Crazy, I know. So you look at the back of the pack there, we've got a 4-car battle. We should go check that out, because that's honestly probably the most entertaining battle on the track. Oh, is Jakin Sensing's passing Ethan Womack. So Womack's going to lose another point. Well, he just won't gain anything, I guess. Oh, man, we're going to have a battle into the S's here. Can Sensing do anything about this 99 car? Maybe Sensing can open up the path for Womack. But, man, Womack lost a ton of time there. And we're going to watch Sensing battle for 37th. Because it's probably the only battle on the track. As they finally approach the same line. Oh, and Sensing's going to do it. He's going to go to the end zone. We're going to actually have a pass. We get to witness a pass under green. Sensing gets around The 99 of Mason Hilborn. He might be able to get around this 2 car as well. He's right on his back bumper. He's going to do it, and we're going to witness 2 passes. As we come back here, Trevor Graham has already taken the white flag. So we're on the final lap for Trevor Graham as he has a 1 and about 2/10 second lead. Here at the Roval. Very tame Roval race. Only saw 1 yellow early on. We haven't seen anything since, so. Very sleep-inducing Roval race, one would say. Typical for the Roval. But he's done everything he needed to. Trevor Graham has. I mean, he's done everything he needed to win this race. It's unfortunate for him he's not in the playoffs because he would have been advanced out of this first round with a win here today. But couldn't make it. Couldn't win to get in. Couldn't point his way in. So, fortunately, that's not relevant to Trevor Graham. The points aren't. But a win is always a win. And in fact, none of our top 3 are in the playoffs. So, through the final few corners, as long as he makes them through it clean, which he will, Trevor Graham is going to win the Bank of America Roval 400 to get his first career win and his first win of the season. Now let's go look at the points. Logan Cribb advances. Gavin York advances. Jack Seacrest advances plus 56. TJ Lauder advances plus 42. Wilson Hunt advances plus 33. Dylan Thacker advances plus 32. Alvin Tompkins plus 30. Dylan Thomas advances. He was only plus 13 going in this race. Plus 26 leaving. Ethan Womack, who had a pretty bad run here today, entered plus 38, is going to leave plus 25. But the points will reset for the most part, so it really won't matter. Carlos Willis plus 20. Isaac Shelton leaving here plus 12. And the final guy to advance entered this race minus 4. Michael Scout leaves plus 6. TJ Tillman is eliminated. Matthew Campbell Young eliminated. Jonathan Powers eliminated. And Jonathan Canales also eliminated. TJ Tillman was minus 6. Matthew Campbell Young minus 9. Jonathan Powers minus 13. Could never really get around that margin. Just could never get up close to the cut line. Unfortunate for Jonathan Powers. And Jonathan Canales leaves minus 26. Obviously DNF'd, so that would be why. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a long race, so hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace out.